money, right? Because money works when your mind works. If your brain isn't working, your money isn't working. You know what I mean? You're just pretty much being what?
Stagnant.
You stagnant in your life.
And you want to do what the people want you to.
Yeah.
I put a new commercial out, you can go buy that.
And that goes back to having self-knowledge. You can't do what's popular to do. You know, everybody's moving into this.
You gotta
Everybody
study.
suggests that you do
gotta
that.
study.
You see all of these ads on Instagram, all these ads on Facebook. Oh, this is how you get it. No, there's a lot of different strategies that you can take, a lot of different things that you can come up with that best suit you.
Yeah.
But you have to have knowledge yourself.
So it'd be basically with cash flow is basically whatever you bringing in has to be much more than you putting out.
Well, now we're going to get to that. Now this is how it is. Cash flow is seeing where the money is going at versus active and passive income. If you had a lot of assets, where your money come at from that passive thing is your cash flow. You see?
Yeah.
That's your money coming. You want to have that where your passive income is surpassing your active income. In other words, basically, so let's put this in layman words. Your active is you working, laboring. So you go to a job 8 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours, whatever time you're putting in. You get an active check, whether you're paid weekly or you're paid bi-weekly, you get that active check, right? But out of that active income, you got to still pay for your bills, everything, etc. But you want whereas though you can create passive where you don't have to do so much work, labor. Right, and you got money working for itself.
Making money while you sleep.
Your overhead, your expenses.
So now you're working what it means to an end.
Exactly.
Instead of just working all your life, and then when you wake up and you look up and you're like, yo, I don't have anything to show for my work. But did you create a cash flow story? Did you budget and stick to the budget? And really, this subject has a lot to do also with patience.
Not only that,
discipline.
Not only that, I'm gonna go to something else though. Islamically, it has something to do with it a lot. Many of y'all heard the statement of Umar ibn Khattab, right? As a tribute to Umar ibn Khattab, radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He says what? Take account of yourself before what? You are taken into account. We know the statement. We hear it. You say, well, what this got to do with cash flow or this got to do with this? Because inventory is a major component to a Muslim's life. That you must take a daily account of yourself. Not just your finance, but your regular life. Ibn al-Qayyim, when he explained this, he said two things is understood from this that you must take account, right? Number one, you take account before doing the act, right? You thinking, you're pondering, what's going to be the benefit? Is this done for the sake of Allah? Is this according to this? Was this,
Exactly.
Is this good? Would this be beneficial to my soul? Can I do this, right? And then you have to look at the action after you do it. So now you're going to have a discussion about what you have done as far as after the action, right?
Consequences.
So you might say, what does this got to do with anything of finances? It got a lot to do with it because think about it. That's what a budget sheet is about. You're taking account of your finance, of what you're spending versus what you're getting in. But you're supposed to do that with your regular daily life. Period. Anyway.
And your finances is part of your everyday life. I don't know nobody on the planet who doesn't have to deal with finance. The poorest person on the planet
But you know what
has to understand
when
some
we live
level
in
of
despair,
finance.
and because we're not making the money that we think we should or that someone else is making, we just live in this like, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna live this check to check lifestyle. I'm gonna just do what I gotta do. Something to happen later. It'll get greater later.
That's the biggest problem. The biggest problem is this. When we start to believe that our life is defined by money, we make a big failure. You don't win with money by thinking about money. You win with money by thinking ahead of what you can do to manage. The brain must be open. This is why the rich, they are ahead of us because they know how to work with the cash flow. They know how to make and create opportunities, different things to create money. They're not thinking of just, I just need this money so I can get out of here, or I can need this money for this or for that.
Yeah.
Everything is in a panic.
And people want popularity. People want fame. People want riches for whatever comes along with it.
Right.
I ask you a sincere question right now. Take finance off the board right now. Is you broke? Are you born broke or are you born rich?
You're born rich.
You're born rich. What do you mean?
You're born rich.
Is you born broke or you born rich?
I don't know.
You're born rich. Because all of your needs are taken care of for you.
What? Define.
Your food, your clothing, your shelter. No one even thinks about that until at least puberty. Mostly. I'm sure there's some cases of some children,
This is significant.
some orphans.
What he's saying is the correct answer. This is significance. It takes your mindset out of being dictated by fiat currency, gold currency, whatever you want to call it. Because now you're already at the starting point. You're not in the red line. You understand?
You're not born in the negative.
Your faculties, the fact that you've been provided in the womb, which you had nothing to do with, your faculties, your hands, everything you got, your health, all of these are forms of wealth. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
You're already at a starting point already. And you can't begin to generate cash without utilizing those things anyway. You understand what I'm saying? So you need those things to work properly in order for you to generate whatever cash you're going to use.
It's just learning how to use them in a proper way. It's just as you get older, though, we get away from even using those things because we get caught up in other things in our lives. We get busy by other stuff. But at the end of the day, you're right. I mean, we have everything we need to create whatever we need to create to benefit ourselves.
And budgeting is key to everything that we're saying because, like he said, it shouldn't be a difference between $100 and $1,000. Our habits should not change. Our system should not change. But again, I'm speaking to myself. If I have anything under $100, it's gone. I spunt it. Don't even worry about it. If it's under 100, it might as well just be gas money. But
So
that's
it's
a poor
habits.
attitude.
It's habits.
It's a poor attitude. I need to be as tight. Not tight in a negative sense, but as frugal and as attention to detail with the 50 and 100, the same way I would be with the 1,000 to 5,000.
A better word would be responsible the same way you be with 1,000, you be with 50.
And then you'll start to avalanche. You'll start to build the momentum.
How do you get to that responsibility?
Well, we talked about knowledge already.
Yeah, but how do you get to that responsibility?
Well, patience and discipline. 100%.
Yeah, man.
Fasting.
Habits. It's all got habits. It's habits, man. All this stuff got something to do with habits, man. It's habit. Your habits gotta be good.
You can develop a habit in terms of by poor decisions. You can develop a habit, but it ain't just habits. It's the thing of go back to what I was saying before. If we really understand, because we're Muslims, still at the end of the day, if we understand the original accounting that we have to take anyway, weigh in what's beneficial versus what's non-beneficial.
Right.
When you got money, it's the same thing. What you going to buy? Is you going to go buy something, for example, you got $40. You're going to take the $40 and go buy you a meal that's not going to last, or you're going to take the $40 and go buy you something that's going to last you for the
You go to the supermarket. You go to the
or it's going to last you 4 days, right?
Yeah.
It'd be beneficial in terms of that. You still have to do the same thing. Beneficial versus non-beneficial. What's going to bring about more profit than what's going to bring about less?
So that goes back to what? Knowledge.
And you have to research what you buy.
Yeah.
Impulse buying.
Knowledge.
What we're not encouraging in this whole talk is impulse buying of any sort. You know, even if it's a deal right now. Oh, look, buy it now. Look, flash sale. You know, First Friday, or Last Friday, Black Friday. All of these things get you off of your focus. It's a distraction. So even if it's a sale going on, if I don't already have money to the side for unforeseen opportunity, you know, because that happens in investment too. I might come out here and I might see something that I just need to go ahead and buy because that's an opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah.
But if you're not in that stage of your trajectory, don't do it. You have to be disciplined enough.
Well, impulse buying puts you in debt. A lot of debt is created from impulse buying.
It definitely happened, but it goes back to what we said in the opening statement. What it is. Poor start at the mind before it reaches your hands.
Yeah.
Think about that though. If you think